Good morning, class. Today we are starting with the chapter 10 of English language, that is talking about the future. So far we have discussed about the present tense and the various tenses, the simple present, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous, and so with the past tense. What are the uses of these tenses? How do we use these tenses? And what are the rules for the formation of the sentences in these tenses? From today onwards, we will start discussing about the future tense. So first of all, we will discuss about the use. What are the sentences where we use the future tense? And after that, we will discuss about the formation of sentences in the future tense. So first, start with the uses. We will use the helping verb that we use in the future tense are will and shall. These are the two helping verbs that we use in the future tense. Like we have discussed in the present tense and the past tense, there are certain rules that uh, which helping verb will be used with a particular subject. Here there is no particular rule. We can use both will or shall with any of the subject. But here the use of will or shall will depend on the condition in which we are stating or we are saying or writing a particular sentence. For example, we will use will to talk about the things which we cannot control. Will for the things which we cannot control. Means, for example, I will be 10 next Saturday. So, in this sentence, it is saying that the next Saturday I will be 10 years old. So this is something you cannot control. Whatever the condition be on the next Saturday, you will be 10 years old. So this is something you cannot control. That's why I have used will. So will be used in the situations and the conditions that we cannot control. Another example, it will be Christmas in this fortnight. It will be Christmas in this fortnight. This is also if suppose I'm stating this sentence today, I'm saying in 10 days after it will be Christmas. So we cannot control it. The Christmas will lie or it will happen after 10 days. So that will be within the fortnight. That is why I have used will in this particular sentence. Next thing or the next rule when we will use will is when we talk about something like I'm sure, I think, I expect, probably, I'm sure, I think, I expect, probably, then in all these cases we will use will. For example, I am sure he will get a good job. I'm sure he will get a good job. So because I used I'm sure, that's why I used will here. I think Sri Lanka will win the match. So because I used I think, that's why I used will here. So in all the sentences where such things are mentioned earlier, I'm sure, I think, I expect, probably, perhaps, wherever we are doing some prediction, then we can use will in all such sentences. The next rule says we use will when we decide to do something at the time of speaking. As per the next rule, if we are deciding something at the time of speaking, deciding something at the time of speaking, then we will use will. For example, I will go to the zoo tomorrow. So this is, I'm saying it just now and I'm deciding something about the future. Tomorrow is used for the coming day. So it is future. So whenever I'm deciding something for the future, I will use will in the sentence. But we will not use this will for the things that we have already decided. If we have decided something already and currently we are speaking, then we will use going to and we will not use will. We will use will only in the case when both the things deciding and the decision at the very same time you are speaking about your decision. Then we will use will if there is something that you have already decided. I'm going to read the book that I bought yesterday. For example, I am going to read the book that I bought yesterday. Then in this case, it is I am going to read. Why this is I'm going to read? Because when I bought the book at the very same time, I already decided that I will read the book. Okay, so if you have to say this at the time or at the time when you are buying the book, then you can say I'll read this book. But you already bought the book with the purpose of reading it. And after that, when you are stating, when you are saying the thing, it will be I'm going to read the book that I bought yesterday. Because We have already decided about this thing that I will read the book. That is why we will not use will in this particular sentence. So these are some general rules in which, and here we have discussed about the use of will only. In all these sentences, we will use will. Here in all such conditions, whereas I told you when you are speaking something, when you are deciding, or the things that you cannot control, or whenever you are saying something with the term as I'm sure, I think, probably, then we will not use shall. We can use only will in all such sentences, in all such conditions. So these are the general rules of using the future tense, that what are the cases in which we will use the future tense.